last 4 days, where he has done plenty of demonstration with different customers of ours, and Chef Pravesh has assisted him on a daily basis. So now he's gonna take you through the range what we carry under Naldoni range or Naldoni brand. Over to you, Chef. I think it has weight. Yeah, it's working now.
Maybe.
Shoot.
Yeah. Go.
Please.
Okay, team. Thank you very much first for coming. So basically, very happy and very proud to be here with you and to transfer to you my knowledge, my information that you need. How many of you are in a sales force?
Everybody.
Everybody's
Yes.
Okay. Well, okay. Today we're going to find out some tips that you can use and also a better understanding what it means to deal with the flower. Okay? Because I think that one of the, it's not a gap, but sometimes to be knowledgeable about a product is the worst scenario to have a better say. My name is Emilio Giacometti. I'm from Italy, but basically I'm in UK. I live in Scotland, Glasgow. I have an international support for Naldoni, and basically all my life in a pizza market. I'm also my own business. I run a three place takeaway, very busy place, but I'm here as a supporter for Naldoni flour, right? So, Naldoni pizza flour. In the last few days I was here with one of your colleagues, very nice guys that carry me everywhere. I got the chance to see that you have a very good quality of a pizza chef here. Someone really not a knowledge, but someone, I don't know if, Ravish, you have a chance to share me the picture that we got with Harry.
Yeah, I have shared you.
Okay, I will see if I have a chance here. Not pretty sure that we have a chance, but anyway, we'll see.
You want the picture or?
Maybe yes. Okay, I have my phone, but I think that later on the week I will show you. And also, you have here some excellence. Just not only chefs. Someone is really excellent. So if I say that's excellent, it's really excellent. Maybe eventually I'll show you later. Okay? Naldoni definitely is one of the best meals that we have in Italy and potentially in Europe. Okay? Naldoni is not a marketing company that sells flour. It's a company, is a family previously that produce flour for the success of your customer. It's a completely different concept. Okay? We will explore together after that what's really mean to sell a brand isn't simple, and who's going to pay for this brand, or sell a product with high potential of quality. Do you know, everybody know this bag? Everybody know?
Yes.
Okay.
We tried.
It doesn't look a marketing bag. It looks a technical bag of flour. It's completely different. We can put a big logo and spend a lot of money in marketing and spread everywhere. But behind this bag, there's a lot of technical details includes the QR code for all the recipe that you can see. Not you, of course, the customer, okay? So, where is Naldoni? I know the shape of it is a little bit strange. It looks a boat. So basically, okay, for me, that's represent the pizza. Can you see that? Yeah. Okay. So here we have Rome, we have Palermo, Sicily, Sardinia, Milan, Verona, Bologna, and Faenza. Here is the place where is the Naldoni. Okay? Naldoni produced the flour for pizza with only Italian grain. All the grain from Naldoni coming just only from Italy. And the reason why is because most of the grain coming around the world, especially in the South America, is contaminated. And actually the one that coming from Ukraine also is contaminated for different kind of poison, as a weapon poison, stuff like that. I don't want to explain everything, but we try to be focusing in what is going on. And Naldoni have only Italian grain. Okay? So, which one is the production of Molino Naldoni? Naldoni produces flour for bakery, pastry, pasta, and pizza. And that's what we are going to talk about. Okay? Pizza flour, we have 4 different flour. We have 1 extra flour, it's not in this case because it's just only for a food oven. I don't think that here is popular. Okay, I noticed that we have a gas oven, electric oven, this kind of oven. Okay, so we have Tina, Sofia, Lucia, and Marie. During the last 4 days, my first question to every single customer was, the first question was, what is your kind of pizza? Because if we don't know which kind of pizza they want to have or they want to sell, we don't know which one is the flour that we need to support, because it's not everyone is the same. We have a different kind, we are going through in that, okay? But we have different kind of flour, we have different kind of procedure, and also we have different chefs in it. Because every single one is supposed to have their own experience. Every single one have a background, knowledge, system, or maybe behind have a company that said, you need to do that. So basically, what we're going to see, that we are not going to change absolutely nothing of the chefs. We're going to just only to give it a chance to improve the product. And to improve the product, our first step is to have a better flour. We'll see actually what it means, a better flour. So, Tina basically is ideal for 1-2 hours of proof, pizza on the pan and focaccia. And Tina, everybody can see this? 200 W? Yes. Okay, anyone know what it means? Huh?
White?
No. W, this, it means that is the technical is the P to L, P on L. That's what it means. Can you imagine a chart? Okay, is the range of resistance that have the flour during the proof. More is high is this, and more the flour is strong. Okay? And more have a gluten. Do you know what it is? What is the gluten and the dough? Okay. Very easy and simple. Can you imagine that my finger is a fiber? Can you imagine? My finger is a fiber, okay? Inside the fiber there's a water. That's what's happening in a gluten and in a flour. Right? Okay. Can you see this?
Stretch.
This is 200 W. Can you imagine this? This is 240. This is 300. And this is 350. If we turn my hand in that way, and we imagine it's a bowl of a pizza bowl, okay, more is with the flour and more the gas come out. More is strong and more is efficiently proof. I'm trying to be easy and simple for you, okay? Try to figure out what I'm saying, because this is an easy way to learn and to understand. Because you are not a technician, you are a master in sales. Okay? You are not master in pizza. But I want to transfer something that you can spend eventually when you have a question, or maybe, and people maybe try to trick you a little bit, but be aware what is going on. So, this flour is ideal for 1 or 2 hours of proof, because the W is only 200 and there is not much resistance on the proof. So the dough is a little bit relaxed and easy. So if someone of your customers have eventually and potentially one of your customers need a make the dough after a couple of hours, have the pizza ready, okay, you can't give a strong flour because it's too, yes, exactly. Okay, we need to give maybe eventually a thinner. And we will see it later on which one is the best compromise, okay? But more is close the work they need to have it, and so 1 hour, 2 hours, maybe 6 hours, okay, more we need to go down with the W. And thinner is a good flour for someone that uses a pan. We got a customer is a Chicago pizza, yeah? It's not here. So we went to a customer, Chicago pizza. We didn't have a thinner. We used another one, but I'll show you what we did. Make a dough, stripe a little bit of proof, put in a pan, and the pizza needs to be amazing. After 40 minutes, ready to go, stuck in a oven. Terrible for a flour. Because in 40, 50 minutes, 1 hour, need to give everything and maybe nice flavor. We smashed an amazing job 4 days ago. And it was surprised and become customers. That's matter. Okay? So, the other example here. Sophia is one of the flour you have in stock. I think so, yeah? Can someone tell me that you know which one is the flour that you have in stock at the moment?
No, we have Sophia, small Sophia, Maria. Maria is right.
Okay, how much small Sophia you have? Roughly? You don't know. Okay, that's fine. I'm not here to manage your stock. So, basically, we have Sophia. Again, can you see this number? What represents for you? It's out. Can you see? We have a chance to rise maybe 24 hours of proof. So we get it better. Okay? So someone working 24 hour proof, few questions, which one is your pizza? We'll see the picture. Okay, we're going to recognize it later on. But which one is your pizza? How many hours of proof? 2 simple questions make difference. 2 simple questions make difference. Take maybe a note, but 2 simple questions make difference in your sales and make difference for other reasons we're gonna see later on. So basically, what we say, Sophia, 24 hour proof, can be in pizza in a pan. That's what we use in Chicago pizza, or pizza classica. Pizza classic pizza, Italian style. Okay, not in a pan, taken on the oven. Okay. We have here
What do you say?
It's okay. No, it's okay. It's fine. We have here another element. Can you see 12.5% of protein. Okay? We come back a little bit. 12% of protein. Something changing. More, yes. We are going in a better quality of flour, different flavors, different colors when it's baked, okay? But that don't mean that Tina is wrong, because Tina can have someone that has right away proof in maybe eventually 1, 6 hours, 7 hours. If we give a Marie to someone that Marie that we will see later on, if we give a Marie, we are not helping the chef. And the feedback, we give a sample, we waste the sample. We need to give the right sample for the right pizza to the right chef, and we don't need to say to anyone that we're going to change the job. They can have it exactly the same job, make it the same recipe. We are not changing the recipe or anyone. We're going to help to improve eventually the quality. That's the point. And we see now we're going to see another couple of tricks. Okay? Any question?
Yes. So why the cooking time from in Tina it's 1 to 2 hours, whereas this is 24 hours? Why such a huge difference?
Why the customer use a 24 hour or 12 hour, 6 hours?
I'm not able to understand why the timing of the proofing is so huge difference, you know, it's almost 20.
I will explain this right away. Someone used to make a dough, put on a tray, okay, and leave it for the day. Or maybe cook in a pan, smash the pizza on a pan, bake it, and that's the job. When it's finished, it's finished. Someone else uses long-lasting proof because prepare the dough and put in a fridge, and eventually the 24 hours is the minimum of the rest. The difference is between someone that using the direct system and someone else that using the fridge. Okay?
Is there a difference in the taste or doing this?
The difference is for different kind of pizza. Okay? With Tina we can cook in a pan easily. Okay? With Sofia we started to have a product that we can use the fridge. Fridge, that means that we can have a more shelf life. We can stock in the fridge. Maybe eventually we have a stock. We want to have a stock because we don't know how many pizza we're gonna sell tonight. Okay, maybe eventually we can have a stock for tonight, and eventually even a little bit more. And we use a fridge. But in a fridge, Tina is not appropriate. But Sofia.
So you mean if my customer, let's say, wants to make a pizza dough and freeze it, this is more.
Sofia is one that the flour that is getting better. Okay. Also, because we have no compromise in a grain, because the grain is coming from Italy, this number is very important because it's high protein in flour. That's what it means. Means that if more protein in the flour, okay, and more we have sugar in the flour, natural sugar. This is a very good element for the yeast, reaction of the yeast. The yeast take nutrients from the flour. More the protein in the flour and more the yeast is happy. Okay? So that's why the explosion, the flavors, the taste, having the colors getting better. We have one of the competitor of Sofia, potentially is not competitor because it's not competition, but anyway, Sofia is the Caputo yellow. Anyone know the Caputo yellow? Yes? Okay. How many protein have a Caputo yellow? It's the same flour, it's a potential, not same flour, but anyway. Same level of flour, Caputo yellow and Sofia. Caputo yellow, I'm gonna tell you, you can read on website or whatever, 11.5% of protein. I will let you know why. And we have 12.5. 1% of protein is important. Wow, if it's important. 1% of protein is absolutely make difference. And we noticed that in these few days we are together with your colleague, is completely different. Completely different taste, completely different color, completely different system. No system, because we always use the same system of your customer. I never change the system once. Never. Always say, what's your system? Use this, we're gonna use that. Okay? Exactly the same. We change just only the flour, and we see what's happened. And every single point happened, that product was better.
I have a question, Chef. Sorry. As mentioned, this flour, it mentioned like proof by proofing time. No? I think proofing process it requires yeast, right? So how many % yeast you're adding for this kind of flour?
Okay. Usually,
based on the baker's
yes,
percent, like
usually
standard.
someone that cooks right away like a 1 6 hour proof. Usually have a 10% of yeast, dry yeast. If you open it the way with the yeast, we need to take longer. I'd stay here for a couple of days. Okay, but talking about just only flour. When we work maybe with a Sophia, we're working with a 2% of yeast, 3% of yeast. But we're coming back to one point. We don't need to interfere how much yeast the chef uses in the process. We give the chance to use a better flour. I will explain you why it's better, but we are not in the stage. But step by step, I'm going to explain. Okay? That's the reason why. Because it doesn't matter how much yeast you use. It's not because this the process. It's how you use the yeast. Okay? But the flour need to do a good job, and that's what we want. Another very good flour is Lucia, that actually you have not in stock. Okay? I love Lucia. Lucia is an absolutely amazing flour. Okay? 24, 48 hours of proof. Okay? Someone that use the fridge, like we mentioned before, this is the top flour. 24, 48, sometimes I use it. Unbelievable. I have a sample, 120 hours of proof in the fridge, and the pizza was absolutely amazing. Okay? So, but this flour is pizza classica. What's happened here? Yes? What's happened here? You started to, you can see now, a little bit difference. It's not the same. It's not because it changed the back, but because the flour changed. Okay?
What's the highest percentage of protein in the flour?
Oh, if we have a Canadian, for instance, we can have 18% of protein.
It's too hard.
Okay? Lucia, for instance, Lucia is the antagonist of Caputo Blue. Caputo Blue is potentially the flour pair Lucia. Caputo Blue is 280 and have a 12.5% of protein. We have 13% of protein. That's not, it's not this exactly the reason why it's better than Lucia, but it's one of the reasons. Okay? Remember that we have an Italian grain, and they use grain that coming from everywhere. And then we have Marie. Who know Marie?
I'm not in that.
Huh? You don't know Marie, but you know the flour, yeah? Okay, so that's free. I suggest for Marie, I suggest Marie for the people that use prefermentives. We got a customer a few days ago, maybe, no, a few days ago, 2 days ago. The Harry, right? Was a Harry that this guy is Nigerian. I was shocked because he did a great job with the prefermentives using the big assistant. Big assistant is a prefermentus, making part of the dough today for using this part of the dough tomorrow for making mix. This is bigger. VGA. Okay? Marie, I suggest that Marie is perfect for people who want to have this kind of, because remember, the market is still changing, the people still taking information and want to compete and not with the same product, but they want to compete with a better product. That's what we need to give it to the people, the chance to have a better product. Because our sales, your sales in this case, okay, matter in the moment that you give the right flower, and I will explain why, but matter in the moment that you give the right flower to your customer. If you felt this, you felt the same. And later on we're going back, we come back at this point, why it's important to sell the flower. So, 24-48 hour proof for the Marie 350W. Today, as I mentioned before, we are not talking about Smorfia, because Smorfia is mostly for people that are looking for a different, completely different flower, because Smorfia is not a 00, it's a tipo 1. It's not 00 flower, Smorfia. Someone have a good oven, or maybe someone that working in a different way. Maybe eventually we are talking about Smorfia maybe next time we're going to talk about Smorfia, deeply in a Smorfia, because Smorfia have a different kind of market. Potentially the people that use a Smorfia, they are very specialized. If you have someone that use tipo 1, okay, ask me the direction, eventually keep in touch with me. Show me the picture of the pizza they're going to do. I suggest you what you need to say, because everyone looking for different details. It's very delicate matter, and don't try to offer a 00. If someone have a tipo 1, say, oh, I have a tipo 1 from another male. You say, okay, tipo 1, we have a Smorfia, right? Don't try to involve in this, because that means that someone is knowledgeable. Okay, it's difficult to compete with someone who is knowledgeable, especially if you have a basic knowledge. Stop 1 second. I'm here. Naldoni, pay me for that. I'm not here for free. You know. So, competitors, but are they really competitors? So, we have. Well, you can speak. There's many brands. There's not only Caputo. Yeah? There's not only that. Naldoni as well. But Caputo is the most competitive. But who is a Caputo? They have a good flour, really good. But Caputo is a marketing company that sells food. I know somebody else that sells flour and produce flour, and they are very good. Someone is a tiny mill, someone is a large mill, okay? Caputo is I think it's the most important company in the world that sells flour for pizza. They basically have just only flour for pizza and for someone for pasta. Okay, not only produce bakery, we say, pastry, pasta, and pizza, because it's specialized in flour. Okay. Do you think that Caputo is expensive? Do you think so?
No.
No? Yes? It is? It is. Very expensive. Why is it expensive? If we notice that potentially Naldoni have 1% more of protein and better W. What's really happening? Why is it so expensive?
Marketing.
Marketing. Who pay for this marketing?
We.
Customers. There's no company in this planet that give the marketing for free. Isn't simple to understand this, yeah? There's no one that sell product and say, okay, marketing is free. There's owners that have plenty of money, is a billionaire and spend the market for marketing. No. It's the customer that spend the money for the marketing. With extra price. Nice logo, nice bag, pizzeria. What do you have? I have a pizzeria, okay, I need this stuff. Okay. But all the marketing, they spend million of euro in marketing. That's why I say in the beginning that Caputo is a marketing company that sells flour for pizza. Naldoni is a mill, a family that produce flour for the success of your customer. Isn't simple to understand which one is the way that you can have give a better product. Okay, just on the basically from this. So why I say that they are not really competitors? Because we are a different market. So definitely Naldoni is a different market. Naldoni invests a lot of money in technical support. We are trained constantly every single month. I'm going back to Faenza. We have update every single month. Because, and what I'm doing in UK, I transfer my information to somebody else, a new chef that coming because they want to have more support for all the customers. Not just only me, I'm not the only one. Okay, I'm the one that better trained because my experience, because my knowledge. I won the forward championship, so I have a school, a pizza school, I have my own business, so that's the reason why, because I'm a speaker. I'm happy to transfer this information. In the last few days, not because I'm paid, I put my passion to all of your customers, because that's what makes different. I'm not here to sell flour. I don't get paid for sell flour. Okay, here just only to transfer information, right? So I don't take one single penny from the flour that you're going to sell. But later on, we're going to discover why it's so important to sell the flour potentially. So what we need to make, what we need to do for making a special pizza. First, everybody know that. Don't. Everybody know. Okay? So, second, quality of topping. Don't forget this, yeah? Quality of topping. And that's passion. That's what I mean. What I use it for my business, for transferring information to you. I put passion. If you put passion in your call to your customer or when you interact with your customer, you transfer the result. They feel that. You feel when someone with a passion, just only interest to sell flour or whatever it is, or the toppings or whatever. So don't we have the solution we say, okay? And what we can do for make sure that our customer has success. You remember at the beginning I said, we produce flour to make sure that your customer has success. Okay? That's what we need to sell to the customer. I don't want to sell you flour that you have no success, otherwise I fail. Makes sense, yeah? So I'm here to sell the best flour possible for your success, because if you succeed, I succeed too. Right? It's easy to understand this, but it's a very important point on the sales of the flour. And again, now we are coming a little bit close. The first perception of the customer is, this vendor wants my money. That's the first perception. First perception of the customer. They suppose that you want the money. When we leave, you need to have a perception that we want them success. Because if they succeed, we win too. Make sense? So now we know a little bit more about the difference between Caputo and Naldoni. A little bit more. We are not, but we understand a little bit. do we know the use of the flour on the pizza industry? So we said at the beginning, tina, if we don't have a tina in a house, in a stock, okay, how we can help the customer in this moment? You said, okay, take another flour. No, we can go through Sophia, but never we're going to say, oh, take a Marie because I'm in a stock. Don't do that. You fail. You lose the customer. He's not happy because he can't achieve his pizza. Here, try to understand. Use the logic. Use the logic. Okay. Our delicious pizza. Yeah. Okay. Can you see this shape? Dip in a pan. What flour you recommend for this?
Tina.
Tina or
Sophia.
just in case. Okay? Pizza classica italiana. Okay, nice crust, nice topping, okay, but nice crust. What flour are we going to recommend?
Lucia.
Yeah. Or eventually blue Lucia. Also maybe eventually Sophia or Lucia. Okay. Can you see that we start from here, Tina, maybe Sophia. Now we are here. We have a Lucia, but maybe we have potentially Sophia just in case. But we are not going to use Mary because Marie is for fermentation, the crust, use of the system prefermentis.
Tina is ideal only for the thin crust pizza.
Excuse me?
Tina is ideal only for the thin crust pizza.
Yes. Yes. So this knowledge helps you to achieve your goals. If you have a target of sales, now we see what we're gonna do. Discover the main secret of sales. Depend, that's what we say. Direct go 1 hour, 12 hours of proof. Have a tender flour and help you for a rapid proof. Okay? Then we have a pizza classica. Can you recognize why I put a picture? Because sometimes it's very helpful. In every single step in this, in the last few days, the first step for me was, can I see your pizza? I don't need to know the flour. I want to know which one is the pizza they have. And by the menu, by internet, social media, whatever. That's important. You contact your customer, you need to know exactly what the pizza they're doing. Otherwise, you fail the sale. You suggest the wrong flour, you give it the wrong sample, you waste your time. You waste your, it's not because the money, but it's the time that you spend to follow up. Call back again, so, you tried the flour. Yes, but was not good. And you say, oh my God, that was not possible, that was not good. I'm selling Naldoni, it's one of the best flour in Europe, maybe. Okay, we say Europe, right? How may it's possible? Well, I fault. Maybe not their fault. Or may I fault? Who fault? Nobody fault. It's a knowledge that fault. But when we have knowledge, we can't fault. Because we see picture, oh, this one shape, let me see. Okay. But what do you notice in this pizza? You notice only the crust. Crust, yeah? I notice something else.
Topping.
Toppings. Toppings. Fresh buffalo mozzarella, pepperoni, pizza sauce, maybe potential some dry. Can you see parmesan here? Huh? How many toppings it is in the pizza?
5.
You want to sell the toppings away, yeah? I think so. I think so.
We sell those as well.
Huh?
We sell those as well.
So, and now you have a pizza contemporanea. that one del canotto, José Canotto. Here we go. Marie, right? Can we suggest to someone the money for someone to have a pizza on the pan?
No.
No.
What happens if we suggest to someone, if we give a sample of money, okay, maybe try. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Take your time. Reattend when you have the flour, will be okay. Don't make this mistake, okay? So, perfect pizza. So, most of the customers use to consider that they want to sell the pizza, correct? They don't want just only to take flour and stock or toppings. They want to sell the pizza. So for sell a pizza, oh, okay, got it. I'm offline. For sell the pizza, a good pizza, and take the money from the customer, they need to sell a good pizza because nobody pay, especially now, the trend of the market, because the customers are aware about which one is the difference between a quality of the pizza or another quality of the pizza or a rubbish pizza. Because we touched it in the last few days. I touched only once. It was horrible. Do you think I say that was horrible?
Yes.
You
You should say.
Yes. I said one was, no, I don't like it. I talk a little bit because I don't want to lose the customer. Okay? But I try to pass and say, no, this is not what I like it. Okay? It was absolutely horrendous. Someone else, Chicago Pizza in this case, have a lot of issues in the process. Can I say that oh, you have a lot of issues? No, I need to take and carry with me, gradually show up every single step, how to improve. When we finish, when we leave, they was happy. Happy. When you leave this kind of feeling with your customer, they are happy. You're happy too because you perceive that you spend your time for the success of your customer and that reflects the success of your sales. Make sense, yes? Again, what is Caputo? Okay, you can have a Caputo in the stock, but actually most of your competitor in this case, have a Caputo. And for compete with a marketing company that sell potentially a cheaper flour, because in the bags of Caputo there's not the same quality, okay? And use the case to say to the customer, who's going to pay for this marketing? You are the financial support of these companies, the marketing company that sell flour. Is good? Yes, it's good, this flour. Everybody can mix Caputo. But the people that want to have a different feedback from the customer use a better flour. And we give it this kind of option, okay? And a chance. So, I lose a couple of pictures, sorry about that. There are just only 2 chefs. What the chef think? Chefs are afraid to change the system and procedures. First step. We don't need to change nothing. We don't need to change absolutely nothing. I told you in the beginning, in this last few days, there's no one chef I said, oh, you need to change everything. No one. Even yesterday we went in the industry preparing base. First thing to say, no, you don't need to change nothing. We follow up your system. We do the same. The only one thing you have here for the flour, because we give you the chance to have a better product. That's the key word. We give you the chance to have a better product. Make sense? Also, the chefs want something that helps to have a better life. Of course. Not because they are lazy, but just only because a better life during the procedures may make sense. So, we got in the last few days, someone had maybe caputo, they say, when we mix our flour, they say, oh, this flour is absolutely different, because maybe caputo is a little bit thick, stretched, they have some problem. I show how to use a system with every kind of flour, not just only with us, but I show also which one is the difference. Easy life. And also, because the chef want the compliments for the customers. So if they want the compliments from the customer, we need to give the chance to have these compliments. And also, the chef may want a better wage. Yes, it is. So, more compliments. Use what I'm saying as a key, word key of sales. So, what the restaurant manager or the owner want? Customer returns, food cost, and happy chefs. Of course. That's why our friend first is the chef. And the last few days, I become first, my step was to be friends of the chefs. Everybody, and today, I stop this one.